So, when I was starting to film this, I just now realized that the camera is here. Yeah, here. And I knew that because I can see the camera, but for some reason I still couldn't understand where it was. I don't know. I think my brain is dying. I wish it would happen sooner. Anyway, I'm here to talk about morals and why people are so weird about them. With them? I guess both. Anyway, ignore that. Morals are important to people. They're not important to me, mind you, because I don't care about stuff like that. I don't have moral dilemmas. I kind of just... I understand what I want and what I have to do. I don't really let stuff like that affect me. Well, not as of now. I don't know what's going to happen later. Presumably, hopefully the same thing. But again, I also haven't had that many issues with my life. No, I haven't had that many issues. Anyway, morals are... what are morals again? I don't know. A person's standards of behavior or beliefs concerning what it is and is not acceptable for them to do. So yeah, that's what morals are. Morals are the way that you live your life. Everyone technically is a moral person, because there are public morals and there are private morals. Again, public morals are don't throw babies into the ocean and watch them get eaten by sharks. Private morals are, I don't know. I have to go to church every Sunday and make sure not to kick any old people, I guess. I don't know. I don't really know how morals work. I know how they work. I just don't know how they work for normal people. So I can't make like an accurate connection. But the point is, everyone has morals and they all follow them. Regardless of how bad a person is to the outside world, they're still a moral person within their own right. There are some people that are immoral and know that they're immoral, but act like that just to be immoral, which, well, I don't want to say is fine, but that's just what that is. There are people who act immorally for the sake of being immoral, which, well, I don't know. Those people are just out doing that stuff. But there are also people who are doing immoral things because they think it's the moral thing to do. People who do immoral people who do moral things. And of course, well, moral people just doing moral things. I have to stop saying moral. The word is getting weird in my ears and I can't deal with it. Anyway, the way that people act is based on these things. Oh, I remember the reason why I wanted to talk about this. So, being involved in any form of power, any seat of power, that's the term I was looking for. You need to, have a certain grouping of more. No, I'm absolutely going to stop saying that, because saying at the beginning, I couldn't stand the way that it sounded in the very beginning. Anyway, when you want to understand that people have the same beliefs as you, and that's why, elections are held. That's why people go out and talk to people, answer questions, kiss babies, or whatever weird compulsive crap they do in order for people to like them, even though no one really acts like that. And either they actually feel that way, or it's an act. But technically, it's always an act, regardless of whether they really feel that way, because no one does that. No one in reality does the things that they do when they're running for any type of office or job or whatever. everything anyone does is an act. I think I've talked about this already, but I think it was definitely only a question. Or maybe it wasn't. I don't know, but I don't really care. I'm going to talk about it again because, well, mainly because I didn't think of anything else and I was too lazy to look up stuff on the internet. So now I'm just going to ramble for however long I decide this video should be. So I guess you just have to deal with it. I don't know. Anyway, when you decide who it is that you want to follow, you want their morals to be the same as yours. Ideally. Because, again, if their morals are the same as yours, then that means they'll get things done in the image that you see. Which, I understand. I mean, regardless of how other people feel about it, if I want everyone of whatever caliber gone from wherever I am, and this person over here says they'll do it, then obviously I'm going to choose them, even if they're crazy. But, I mean, there's really no... I get why people have issues with it, but arguing about that situation is just such a infinite loop of insanity, because it's like you're literally trying to change someone's moral. I'm never going to be able to use that word again. You're literally trying to change someone's ideals that they've had, well, their entire life. Now, sometimes that works, most times it doesn't. People, especially in our age, have issues accepting anything different. Like, change is hard for anybody. Like, I just heard about this thing about, what was it? Butter? Oh, Land O'Lakes. Apparently, like, some small group of people that were upset because they got rid of the Native American girl that was on it. Was like, people can't deal with that. And you're trying to, I mean, I believe that people should change because, well, I just believe it because staying the same is boring and dumb. But I guess it's also because it's the right thing to do, too. I don't really care about the right thing to do. Which is kind of also my issue. Well, a problem. I have an amoral? Yeah. I have an A-type morality. I mean, it's not like I'm not a good or a bad person. I just don't want to be involved in stuff that bores me, or that's annoying, or people I just don't like. Which may or may not be everyone, but that's not really the issue right now. Now, the problem is, why do I want to do this, even given my personality? That's the other problem with my personality. I kind of only do stuff. One of my rules is I don't really like talking about important things because talking about important things is boring. Because you either end up with someone who doesn't really care about what's actually happening and will just stay in their own bubble of information, or they're just someone that agrees with you. Neither of which are interesting to me. I don't want someone who will just agree with me all the time. People who agree with me, I don't care about talking to them, because of course we agree on the same thing. There's no point to have this conversation. That's why I don't talk to most of my friends about stuff. There's no point behind it. I'm a petty jerk, so I either want to be right or I want to prove that you're wrong. I mean, technically you could prove that I'm wrong too. I'm fine with that. But at that point, I'll just take that information and just go back to saying that I was right, because I now know the information that's correct. So at the end of the day, I'm just a pompous jerk. which I'm fine with, but it's just really dumb. People act like everything that they know is all that matters, which even if it was the case, that still doesn't, it's still not true. You have to, I don't, this is what happens when I don't write stuff down. I never write stuff down, but that's why I know that this is what happens. I'm also not going to start writing stuff down because it bores me. And I'm not going to listen to it anyway, because of everyone that I don't listen to, the person I listen to the least is myself. So, that's exactly what I'm talking about. See? Bubble of stupidity. I'm my own bubble of stupidity, but I also don't listen to my own stupidity, which is why I'm fine with having my bubble of stupidity. I understand that I can exit out of it and then come back, because I don't listen to myself. Anyway, I got off track. Or maybe I didn't. I don't know anymore. I'm kind of just going in circles until I feel like I've made some kind of point, but I don't think I will, or I'm even close to it, which is kind of the point. Morality is an idiotic thing that people made up so they feel better about themselves. Like, not actual things, like, because, like, rules and stuff you need to, so we don't burn everything down, which is fine. But when people decided to come up with morality, that's when everything started to fall apart. Because then people became all holier than thou and talking about why no one should do it under whatever circumstances, regardless of whether that has anything to do with your life. And people started getting race into it, and sexuality into it, and identity into it, and everything into everything. And that's why I hate everybody. It's just so stupid and draining to listen to everyone drone on about absolutely nothing that matters to them, because they're not even involved in it. Like, it has nothing to do with any of you. Why do you care? I honestly just started drifting off about something completely different, but I think it's still in the same vein. People bring morals into too much stuff while being like actual morals. Ugh. Knowing what's right and wrong is fine, but using that as an excuse for everything wrong that you do and then acting like it's the right thing to do because that's what your senses tell you is what's fundamentally wrong with all of it. You have to understand that not everyone operates, thinks, lives, or has the same circumstances as you. So your senses or belief systems can't work with theirs for multiple reasons, if not every reason imaginable. And when you try to force other people's beliefs to fit yours, then it's just not gonna work. I think that's it. I don't know. I've been going on about this forever, what seems like forever. I think it's only been about 10 minutes, but time slows down to an unimaginable crawl whenever I start thinking about stuff that depress me, which is everything. But that's not really what we're talking about right now, is it? So I'm gonna go because I don't know. I'm just gonna stare at the wall for the next 150 years and hope a meteorite hits me. See ya.